Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Good morning. And today we are honored to have in the house with us Mrs. Angelina. And we're really excited to know more about her story, her vision, story behind where she has been putting her heart towards the mission, the impact she has created, and the purpose that drives her every day, every morning. So we welcome you on the screen on the podcast today with us. You're next on the screen. So if you could just tell us about yourself, so at least the audience can get acquainted with you.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Angela Umwaki, and I am a registered nurse. I am also the CEO and founder of the Lolly Foundation, which is a nonprofit very close to my heart. And I recently just won Mrs. Elite Universe USA, and I will compete next year for Mrs. Universe.
Okay, so how does it feel generally to be crowned?
Oh my gosh, it is the best feeling.
That's a very good achievement, actually, I would say, because of course, you're very beautiful, and I'm sure you would have carried
Thank
yourself very well to be well deserving that crown. So I wish you all the best for
you.
the next one coming your way. So let me just start with your journey to understand your thought process and your mindset. So what basically inspired you to create the foundation that you ultimately own and you're running, and what is what is the focal point of this foundation, and how do you actually take care of it along with your general routines of your schedules of your day-to-day routine? Yeah.
Yeah. So the Lolly Foundation, the name comes from my childhood nickname. My grandma named me Lolly. And all my nieces and nephews call me Lolly. My girlfriends and their kids call me Lolly. And whenever I have grandkids, that's what they'll call me, is Lolly. So that's where the name comes from. Um, and ultimately, I feel like no child should go to bed hungry. I feel that their confidence and their energy and their ability to thrive comes from really the basic need of food. And so I wanted to create the Lolly Foundation, where we provide weekend nourish bags to food insecure children. And growing up, my mom was a single mom, and I know that there were struggles and financial to provide food for us. She has since, gotten greater education and was in charge of a whole surgical services unit. And then I found myself working at food banks, but needing to take a box of food home for myself. I was a single mom for my two kids for a little while, and that was also a struggle. And I would make sure that they would have food on their table. I sometimes would have to sell items to buy groceries for them, and that's not their fault. And I'm in a totally different position now. I have a nursing degree and I'm doing well. And I am married to a wonderful man who also supports my dreams. And so, hence came the Lolly Foundation. So, we provide two breakfast items, two lunch items, two dinner items, and two snack items for them to take home on Friday to make sure that they have food on Saturday and Sunday. And it's non perishable items, easy items. If they can use a microwave, then they can, eat like the little kind of single serving of mac and cheese or something like that. So, we take donations of food, we take monetary donations, of course, and we are a 501c3, so you can write it off on your taxes. And it's just a large passion of mine. And I fit it into my schedule with a calendar. I have, yeah, I also sign off volunteer hours for high school teenagers, so that's very important. And I have a board. I have a secretary and a treasurer. And so if I need help, the family helps bag items, the local teen volunteers help. And then I'm also a part of my philanthropy group in my community here. And so they'll also help bag bags and get them out to the schools.
So this is really inspiring because I'm very sure running an NGO is not very easy, and then what you're doing so far is an incredible job. And then it's there are thousands of people who might be blessing you every now and then, whenever they do not sleep without eating food, without having the food that you have been giving them. So I really appreciate that you have been doing for people around you, because it's very important to ultimately look at the society, and then it's not easy to be running an NGO. So that's what, it takes a lot of courage and a lot of time and compassion to ultimately go back and give to the society from where you have been taking. So, all right. So, what was the experience so far when you were crowned, and how do you talk about your strengths and your advocacy, your efforts when you were actually crowned Mrs. Elite Universe USA?
Okay, so I ultimately feel that um, beauty and pageantry kind of mean nothing if there's no connection to impact, right? So, and it really just starts by inspiring one person, right? Helping one person. And so I feel like for me, it is very, people tell me when they meet me, it's very visible that I care about other people, that I'm kind. And I strive by that. I feel like that's why I'm put on this earth is to give not only of myself a voice because this crown you can't really see it but it's on there. This crown is a microphone and we have to use it for good. And so um, when I compete with in pageants or if I'm speaking to a group of young women or women who are just trying to feel empowered or encouraged, I just always tell them that to make a difference or to compete in a pageant, that's what gives confidence, it gives discipline, it gives networking, it can give compassion and grace. And helping other people is fulfilling to your soul. And so I feel like kind of combining those things and using your beauty for good, right, is the most impactful thing that you can do. Standing strong, being able to tell your story, and whether that's of um, food insecurity, if that's domestic violence, if that's like heart disease with women, that's so important, breast cancer, any of those things. If you can tell your story and use your crown, use your microphone to get into certain, this kind of gives me an open door, right, to get into other avenues. And don't be as selfish with that, use it for
Yeah.
good. So it's really the best feeling and just kind of telling your story because you want to be real, right? You want to be real with people so you can connect with them.
I like the way you have been calling your crown as your microphone, which is very interesting because it basically brings your voice and even your efforts outside to people who actually need them the most, actually.
Mhm.
So, all right, okay. So, blending this social service with your crown and the way you have been blessed with this opportunity is amazing, actually. So, you balance nursing, motherhood, the pageantry, and the philanthropy so gracefully so far, which I could actually understand from your conversation. So, what happens ultimately, and what helps you ultimately to center and be grounded in your life thereafter, even after being crowned? Of course, you also run a channel. I've already have had acquaintance with your channel, which is really amazing. So, and talking about your fan
Thank
following
you.
thereafter, so how do you actually balance all this and still be so grounded?
Oh my goodness. So I think that um, it starts with knowing your purpose, right? So my purpose here on this earth 100% is to yes take care of myself but to serve others. It is what my heart is passionate about. And I think that balancing and keeping grounding or keeping myself grounded is just remembering your why, right? So why do you do all these things? Why are you doing pageantry? Why are you doing nursing? Why are why does this all matter to you? So, my faith, my family, and my community that I serve, they just remind me that every day has a purpose. So, staying rooted in my gratitude for life and all of those things helps, me show that there's intention in my life. And so it doesn't feel overwhelming. Sure, I have overwhelming moments. But I know that there's a reason why and there's purpose behind it. So I continue to show up every day for myself and the people around me. And I do say no and I do take rest because that's so important to
Yeah.
recharge, right? But it comes easy when you know the why behind it and you're fulfilling your purpose.
Right, because I personally believe that okay, in case you have been doing something really good in life, it's again, it's a you still are supposed to say no because you need to have your personal space to recharge yourself, of course, to be
Yes.
fresh enough, so at least you can contribute back again to the society. And then, if you are achieving something in life, you're still very grounded. People who achieve are actually very grounded by nature, and that's how you even
Mhm.
excel more in life, right? Even further. There's no point of being having
Yes.
attitude and ego. It's just about being grounded to your roots and then still try to excel in your own domain. So that's how it is. All right. Wow. So this looks better. Yeah, because of the background, it's not
Ah!
coming actually. It's because of the
Yeah.
background,
I think
and yeah, but I could see it now. Yeah,
yeah, so that's the crown.
it's a beautiful one actually. I was thinking where is the crown because I could not see it, but it's because of
I
my
know,
background
that's why,
actually.
right?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
right,
go
it
a
just
little
kinda
back.
comes in and out with the background.
Yeah, with the background. Yeah, all right. Okay. Anyway, so I will just continue with the next question. Okay, so you have
Yeah,
walked major fashion runways and represented powerful causes, which we have been talking about since we have joined the podcast. So, how has your experience ultimately, your modeling and your pageantry influenced the voice and your visibility with your vision?
oh my goodness. So, yes. Well, first, I will say that pageantry and the connections I've made in pageantry were how I got to walk in major fashion
Yeah.
shows. So, that was amazing. So, if I did not have pageantry and maybe did not have this crown or sash, I might not have gotten that opportunity. Um, so it's taught me to use my voice really with confidence and intention. It's helped shape my platform by showing me that beauty and influence, like we talked about before, mean nothing without impact. And so I was able to gain, of course, some visibility, right, and some modeling experience, but it helps me amplify, my community work to get um, notice out to my platform as well as our national platforms and advocating for women and inspiring others to step boldly in their purpose.
I guess I mean, like people like you actually are very good influence to the society around because anybody who wish to be in this domain and still can balance whatever they have been doing in life is very important to understand and see. So and that's one of the reasons behind the podcast also. So I personally would want females to look at it and understand how it is important to ultimately balance stuff and also I mean be having a stand for your own self. If you want to achieve something in life, you can still balance two different things together the way you have been doing. So that's one of the
Yes.
reasons of having you on the podcast today. And thank you for finding out time, of course. So, all right. So, again,
Thank
talking
you.
about the meals, which is the 5,000 meals that you have been serving to people across the globe and I mean, around you. So, what changes or impact have you witnessed so far, firsthand, in the communities you have been serving so far around you?
Yes. So, and now we're a little closer to 7,000 meals, which is so
It's,
wild. We had a large fundraising event this month. So,
I'm sure it's
um,
not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy to have
I would
funding and
just
then
say that it, yes. No, it's not. Yes. Um, I would just say that starting my foundation and stuff has just shown like the power that consistency and community can be. Really, seeing these families and the children just breathe a little bit easier and feel nourished. We've helped some seniors, so for seniors to kind of feel supported and loved as well. It's a ripple effect, really, of just hope and dignity and connection across all the neighborhoods and communities that we serve.
providing food is something that it's actually a very important requirement for somebody's life because I'm sure there are many people around all of us who are not able to even have a basic meal for their living. They can't be earning, or maybe they don't have a family member who could earn and then ultimately let them survive. So it's very
Yes.
so moving to the last question, so I won't bother you, I won't keep you holding for much longer time. So moving to the last question for the podcast, so what message would you actually like to share with people, especially women, who want to make a meaningful difference in the communities, in their lives, even in their families, and but they don't know from where to start. So ultimately, how would you guide them based upon your experience?
Yeah, I always say, and I think I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, that you don't have to change the whole world, right? But you can change someone's world. I say to lead with heart, to serve with intention, and to trust your influence. And might be that one person that can create a ripple effect for other people to help. Um, Making an impact and making a difference doesn't require a large platform or a huge budget, right? And it doesn't require a perfect plan. In fact, the best are when you grow from imperfections, and the best plans, I feel like kind of get out of the wayside. So it just starts with one act of kindness, one need that you choose to meet, and one person that you decide to show up for. And most importantly, that one person needs to be you, showing up for yourself every single day. Your impact grows from consistency, not perfection. So just start, because you and your community are waiting.
Beautifully explained. It's a very concise yet in-depth message to the people who are watching the podcast so far. And I really
Thank
thank you
you.
for joining us today, for bringing your voices, your passion, your genuine conversation on the podcast today. Your work basically proves that you actually are a very good leader, along with the title which you hold, because it's all about service, compassion, and showing up for others, which is very well reflected in your journey. So I personally got influenced, and I was really impressed talking about this journey that you have been living so far. So I wish you all the best for your, like your upcoming pageantry and your modeling, of course, and your journey, and of course your NGO, which is, like the most
Yes.
important thing that you have been doing for society. So and thank you so much for finding a time for us. It was very good to have you on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure.
Yeah, same here. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care. All right, so this was with us an amazing leader, a founder of Lolly Foundation. The impact she has been creating so far reminds us about the meaning, the change that begins from one single act of kindness at one time. We appreciate the inspiration you have been giving to our audience and the clarity you have brought to such an important issue, and the way you have been serving food across the community for so many people around you, more than 7,000 meals, is an amazing and incredible job that is not easy for everybody to handle, along with their routines and their expertise and their pageantry and their missions of life. So I wish you all the best, and we wish you continued success, strength, and light as you carry this mission forward. Thank you once again for being with us on the show today. So this is your host signing off. I'll be back with a fresh guest next week, same time, same place. Until then, take care of yourself, keep shining, keep growing, keep contributing to society. I'll see you next time. Take care. Have a good day.